Yo, Fletch here again, my kings and queens. Welcome back to the Cypher, where we unravel truths locked away by time. I'm sure you've heard of the Tulsa race riots, but have you ever heard of Black Wall Street? Do you know its connection to Tulsa race riots? The Cypher is about to drop some real knowledge about our forgotten American history. The Cypher. This right here, this is O.W. Greeley. Back in the 1880s, this dude was one woke brother. Dude was a visionary who had Black Wall Street in mind from the get-go. He came from Arkansas to Oklahoma during the 1889 land rush and purchased 40 acres of land north of Tulsa. Over the next 17 years, he sold the land to black people who began to turn the land into their own little community. And check out, Greenwood District was born in 1906. Greenwood had 35 square blocks that housed businesses and neighborhoods. The residential count totaled around 10,000. The oil boom in 1910 was a boost to Tulsa and the areas around it. It was like an adrenaline shot to the chest for the city. Of course, Greenwood capitalized on it. Don't believe me? Let's break it down. Tulsa was segregated, but Greenwood was prospering. It appealed to black people who could come and own their own land and be served and catered to by other black people. There were over 100 black businesses, including 2 newspapers, 41 grocery stores and meat markets, 30 cafes and restaurants, and offices for 33 professionals, with 15 of them being doctors and lawyers. And remember, this is back between 1906 and 1921. That is insanely awesome. To further my point, money stayed in Greenwood. According to an NAACP report, $1 changed hands 36 to 100 times in Greenwood. That meant that it would stay there for a full year. Compare that to now. $1 will stay in a lot of Asian communities for about a month. Jewish communities, 20 days. White communities, about 17. And black communities, no more than 6 hours. Ouch. Seems like we act like we're rich, just throwing our money away. Greenwood knew how to amass wealth. Did I mention they had pool halls, hotels, barbershops, hairdressers, shoemakers, tailors, nightclubs, and 2 movie theaters. Nightclubs and 2 movie theaters. And these nightclubs were the place to go for jazz and blues. This is where a young Count Basie had his first taste of big band jazz. If you don't know this man's name, go look him up. Leave it to black folks to set the standard for nightlife in the 1920s. Not just nightlife, but life as a whole. Greenwood was actually better off economically than some of the white areas of Tulsa. Get this, Oklahoma only had 2 airports. In Greenwood, there were around 6 black families that owned their own planes. So, how was the Tulsa race riot connected to Greenwood? It was the target. It lasted 18 hours, and the KKK was involved. This remains one of the worst racially violent riots in US history and the least known. So I say, it's time to change that. Our next video will dive into what sparked the race riot. Well, I'm gonna just call a spade. We'll dive into the Tulsa Massacre. Thanks for watching. Check us out next time. I'm your host, Fletch. Remember to click subscribe and get the real on history. Drop us a comment and let us know your thoughts. See you next time, my kings and queens.